My name is David Phillips. I'm with Sustainable Engineering and Design, or SED for short. So with that, I'd like to leave some time to answer any questions. Yeah. Yes.
I noticed looking at these categories, sustainable sites, water efficiency under the LEED certification. Then after that, I guess you have like a maximum number of points that is assigned to each of those categories.
Yes.
And then when it says one required prerequisite or two, what does that mean? Does that mean you have to get at least 1 point in each?
Are you referring to the prerequisites?
Yeah.
Yeah, what that is here's a good example. Stormwater pollution prevention plans. 10 years ago, you probably could have got some points for that. Now it's mandatory. You have to do that. You get no bonus or kudos for doing that.
Oh, okay.
So those are things you have to do regardless.
Oh, I see.
And I have a feeling.
Those are things you don't get points.
Exactly. Yeah, it's a given. And a lot of that, honestly, is common sense stuff that is part of the permit review process with our local water management districts. They mandate you do that so you don't get points. It would be great if you could. That's a couple, but they don't do that.
I guess my follow-up question about that is I wondered why water efficiency has such a relatively low number of possible points assigned to it.
Well, I know there's only 5 points based off of the system I gave you. A lot of that is, like I said, it's part of your code. You're going to want to use very drought-tolerant species, native species. You got to do that almost anyway to make sure your system survives. So they don't really give you a lot of points. When the mechanical engineer designs the toilets and the urinals and all that, they're going to already try to use high-efficient toilets. They even have waterless urinals now. They have low-flow toilets, which are 1.6 gallons per flush. Ultra-low-flow toilets, 0.8 gallons per flush. So they're already doing that. So I think what they thought is you really don't get, once again, a lot of points for something that you're already doing. And my guess is that's probably why they set it up that way.
Composting toilets.
What's that?
Composting toilets.
Mm-hmm. Yep, composting toilets too. Yep. I've heard of those. Actually, I was going to put one in my house. They're not too bad. They're a little on the pricey side, but if you have no other options, it's a good thing. As long as you have the temperature. Yes?
I saw a device yesterday, or a couple of days ago, in a store that's sort of a greenhouse wares store, and it's a device, I guess, that you install in your existing toilet, and you press one lever, I guess, for flushing
Yes.
one thing. And
Number one or number two.
Right.
That's exactly, and that goes back to what they do is they've already pre-plumbed the house or facility for, I'm not sure how to say this. They've got the cleaner water and then they have the recycled water to it, from what I understand, is how they've got that set up. So.
I mean, do you think that's a worthwhile device?
Oh, it is. There's a lot of facilities, and I don't know all the particulars. I mean, a mechanical engineer usually helps deal with some of that stuff, but it's definitely something that's good. I think the biggest thing is education. People aren't going to know what it is. Like, what is it? And they may not have learned number one, number two. So, like, which one do I push? I'll push both of them to be safe. And then what does that do for us? You're using more water than you really need to. So, it's good, yes. And I think you're going to see a lot more houses and buildings that are using it. And I think more education needs to probably take place so we don't, consume more water than we need to. They're defeating the purpose. Any more questions? Well, thank you. I appreciate everybody's time.